So we're here with Lyle Henderson, the host of The World of Gospel, which airs twice a week on Crescent City Radio. So we're highlighting Lyle this week because he's an exceptional DJ, and he's actually been in radio for 24 years, in gospel radio specifically. So what has motivated you to stay in radio for this long?
I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy what I do. One of the things is that I've always said that radio is not one of those high-profile jobs. It's mostly high-profile only because it's popular. People know your name, they know your voice. They get to know your voice sometimes better than your family members do. But in terms of making a lot of money and being lucrative, it's not really. There are key positions in the industry that are that lucrative, but for the most part you have to do it because you love it. And what really motivates me is being able to help artists to get exposed. And then when you put together a playlist, which that's one of the reasons I love the autonomy of having my own show, because when I put together a playlist, I feel very motivated and inspired divinely to be able to put that list together. And some of the listeners will call in or write in, or they'll tweet or say some things on social media that will confirm that this is like predestined. This was something that you were really inspired to do, because some of them would even call and say, I wanted to request that song, and by the time I dialed the number or by the time I sent you an email, you were already playing it. And so that's the good thing about live radio, because you get to interact with your listeners. And it's always good to be able to do something that you enjoy that actually makes somebody's day or shifts their paradigm for that day. So I know you didn't ask all that, but
that was a perfect answer. So I'm sure you as an artist understand and appreciate what radio does for artists. How do you see that gospel radio has helped you in your career?
If you make music and you're confident in the music that you make, you want as many people as possible to hear it. What radio does is it allows you to reach an audience that you may never meet personally. It allows you to reach people that you may never get to meet, you may never get to talk to, but they know your music. They know your music better than people that you've known all your life. They know the notes, they know the words, they know the lyrics, they know the music, they know the changes, and even those amateur or pseudo musicians, sometimes they even know where you went in a song. That they're very they know the intricate details of you as an artist, and they connect with you, which is why a lot of times fans feel that they really know you, because they get to know the artistic side of you, and they feel connected to you. So as an artist, radio has always been, to me, the top of the list of anything you can do in the entertainment industry, because not only do we play music, but like on my show, there's a segment that actually talks about Path Magazine, which is an online magazine. The publisher and editor gives me a segment once a week, and that 1 minute segment tells all about things, the latest that's happening in the industry, in the gospel music industry. So whether it's who won a Grammy, or who won a Stellar Award, or who's coming out with a new CD, or who's having a new baby, or who's on a reality show, which is becoming very popular now. It allows the audience also to, in one show or maybe a few shows, to be able to know what's going on in their favorite type of music. And radio has always done that. It's been news, it's been entertainment, it's been inspiring, it's been encouraging. And to me, it's the one medium out of all the media, it's the one medium that can capture everything you need for the things you love.
So how do you see yourself connecting with your fans, I guess, through radio and social media, and just in this new culture of
it's a new world. Yeah. It's a new world. Digital media, social media, it's a new world. To be able to connect, you've got the digital media that's there for sales. So you got all sorts of all components of the industry that you can connect with your listening audience, because you can tell them where to go and get it, where to get their music, and they don't even have to leave their house. They don't have to leave their computer or their smartphone. So it's evolved into so much more, and it's so much bigger, radio in general, because radio now can connect, especially by Crescent City Radio being an online radio station. People are right there listening, and as soon as you tell them, they can go and buy it. It's very powerful, so you can basically say, I'm playing this song, and this song is also available on ABC, and they can go to ABC website right then, purchase it, have it right after they've heard it for the first time. I think that's very powerful, very, very.
Yeah, so as you've been talking about connecting with your fans and promoting artists, like how do you, when you're planning your show, like how do you think about like what music you're going to put in and what you're going to talk about?
The music kind of flows. Sometimes it comes from an artist basically giving you their latest CD, and if you're their latest single. If you're familiar with the artist, you know that that is going to set a good tone for a certain segment of your show. And once you do that, it kind of helps you to build the rest of your playlist, because you want your music to flow. You always want your music to flow. If somebody's listening to the radio, whether they're in their car, their smartphone, their computer, they want music that they can sing along to. They want music that's not going to shock them. And the reason I say that, what I mean by that is, you have a slow song that's kind of somber, maybe even sacred or solemn, and then all of a sudden you've got a Kirk Franklin song, smile, da 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 da. It's like, whoa, what happened? Because music puts you in different moods, and so when you're doing a radio show, you get to tap into the listener's various moods just by playing certain songs. So you want your music to flow. You don't want it to shock, go from a very slow song to a really quick song or a really fast song. You want the sing-along songs together. You want the very meaningful songs that encourage your emotions. The feel-good songs. You want those together so that you can clump all of that together and have a nice segue. It's kind of like your life. Your life in a show. Because you don't want to go from crying to laughing to being happy to being professional to being. No, you want to be able to have hours in your day or even season in your life where you face the difficult times, but you want to have that season where everything is all happy. It's just like with our weather here in New Orleans. It's like we don't like to wake up in the morning and it's 20 degrees, and in the afternoon it's 70 degrees. Although that's probably likely to happen, but so if you have a chance to control it, unlike the weather, you can be able to allow people to segue, and that way they get a good feeling, because one thing about music is that it can change your mood and you not even know it's changing it. So if you have a good segue, somebody can be listening while they're doing other things, singing along, and they don't even realize they've gone from a slow song to a fast song and really back around again. So it's a nice smooth wave, like the sea,
So, thank you so much for answering these questions. I want to ask you one more last question, because this week we're highlighting you through the DJ Takeover series.
Yeah.
And
that should be fun.
So, what do you hope to come out of the DJ Takeover series?
I hope to connect listeners that I've had over the years, loyal listeners to the station. I think the station is a great service to the university community, and it's a great service to people who want to listen to radio. There's a good diverse programming with Crescent City Radio, and I think it's a great thing to be able to support upcoming DJs and those who take their shows seriously. There are some that are just doing it just to pass the time away. They just say my name was on the radio, or I shouted out to my friends, so forth. But there are those who really take it serious and understand the craft and understand the group. There's a group of people who really take this seriously, that we know that this is something that you're called to do. And so at the end of this week, I would like to be able to say, I'd like to be able to at least think that I have directed a few more people Crescent City Radio's way, and also be able to connect with listeners that already are devoted to Crescent City Radio that know nothing about Lyle. Of course, I'd be like really big-headed and egoistic, if I think that everybody already knows about me. I'm just, I'm one of those very, what is it called, extrinsic people, extrinsic people, where my personality is outgoing and I meet no strangers and so forth. So a lot of people on campus know me, and but there are listeners that are connected. Every person who's doing a show has a certain following. If it's 2 people, if it's 2,000 people, you have a certain following of people that support you, and that's just the way life is. It's the way God has created it, so that we all have a support group. So hopefully I'll get a chance to be able to give them what I have to offer, and maybe even give them a missing link in their life that they're missing, some inspiration or encouraging moment.
Well, thank you for answering the questions
Thank you.
here.
Thank you very much, Libby.
I'm happy that your calling to radio and gospel has brought you to Crescent City Radio.
Oh, thank you.
For all these
Thank
years
you.
now.
Well, I'm glad Crescent City Radio is there. I'm glad that it's there. And I like the fact that that there are more and more people even on campus finding out about it, because that's been my biggest campaign, I think, is telling people about Crescent City Radio that are right here on Loyola's campus.
Yeah, we're hoping we're going to get a bigger following here on campus.
Yeah. So congratulations on, kudos to you, and congratulations on this promotion. I think it's a great idea, and hopefully it will increase the listenership of the station overall.
Thank you.